Then good morning all of you. Once again welcome. So we are studying about the biphasic liquid dosage form, right? From that we are studying suspension, right? So from the suspension chapter we had covered the introduction of suspension, classification of suspension, right? Then differentiation between flocculated and non-flocculated suspension, right? Means afterward that we had done the formulation of suspension, right? Formulation, how to formulate the and formulation, and what which kind of additives or substance we need to make a stable suspension, right? So as like flocculating agent, thickening agent, wetting agent, right? Preservatives, then organoleptic additives like coloring agent, sweetening agent, and flavoring agent, right? So afterward our today's topic is method of dispensing of suspension, right? Method of dispensing of suspension means there is a various kind of solid, that is diffusible solids, then indiffusible solids, then liquid forming precipitate forming liquid, then by chemical reaction, right? So there is a various kind of solids by which we can or we will make or dispense the suspension, right? According to their types, according to the nature of solid substance. On the basis of that we should dispense that particular suspension with a different method of dispensing, right? With a different method. So let's begin. Method of dispensing of suspension, right? So as like our mixture which has already done in our monophasic liquid dosage form. So as similar, the suspension are categorized into four types according to its method of dispensation. Means in our previous lecture we had classified the suspension on the basis of their pharmaceutical use, that is oral suspension, parenteral suspension, then ophthalmic suspension, and suspension for external application, right? But there is another classification which is categorized into the according to its method of dispensing. So let's see, that is suspension containing diffusible solid, suspension containing indiffusible solid, suspension containing precipitate forming liquid, then suspension produced by chemical reaction, right? Means when our suspension contain diffusible solid, that time how we can dispense it, right? Means which kind of method we should apply it for the dispensing of suspension containing diffusible solid, indiffusible solid, precipitate forming liquid, then chemical reaction, right? According to this solid there is a different in method of dispensing, right? So let's see how can we dispense it, right? So first of all start with the suspension containing diffusible solid. Suspension containing diffusible solid, that is the insoluble solid are light in weight and readily mix with water and remain suspended throughout liquid after shaking for sufficient time are called as a diffusible solid. Means diffusible solid are those solid which are not soluble in water but radially mix with or dispersed into a water or remain suspended into a water for a sufficient time after shaking, right? मीन्स ऐसा सब्सटेंस जो वाटर में सोलूबल नहीं है लेकिन कुछ टाइम तक उसमें मिक्स होकर रहता है, ठीक है? मिक्स होकर रहता है आफ्टर शेकिंग, शेक करने के बाद कुछ टाइम तक वो मिक्स होकर रहता है, तो उसी टाइप के सब्सटेंस को हम लोग या फिर सॉलिड्स को डिफ्यूजिबल सॉलिड्स बोलेंगे, राइट? एंड दैट डिफ्यूजिबल सॉलिड are light in weight means it has a light in weight, light weight, okay? Then for this kind of diffusible solid in the suspension form, that time we will, or we should follow the one method, that is the dispensing method, right? So first of all, we know the example of some diffusible solid. So first, see, there is a three example, that is calcium carbonate, light magnesium carbonate, rhubarb powder, and light kaolin, right? These are the diffusible solid. These are the diffusible solid, right? They are possess the this kind of features, means light in weight and readily mix with the water, right? And after shaking, it remains suspended throughout the sufficient time, right? Means calcium carbonate, light magnesium carbonate, rhubarb powder, and light kaolin, right? These are the example of indiffusible solid. So if our suspension contain calcium, either calcium carbonate or light magnesium carbonate or rhubarb powder and light kaolin, right, individually, that time how can we dispense it, right? So means it is not soluble in water, right, vehicle, right, then and readily disperse in water, right? So how can it is how can we it dispense, right? So there is a problem arising, right? So for the minimizing these kind of problems, or to dispense it, this kind of diffusible solid, that time we need to follow the one method, right? So let's see what is that, right? So this kind of solids become difficult to dispense in a liquid form, hence it dispense in a suspension form with the following suitable method. So as I said, that is means indiffusible solid is a, we can not dispense in a liquid form, right? Means there is a one question, right? Means why we choose the suspension for this kind of suspension dosage form for the dispensing this kind of uh, insoluble solids, right? Because if we can't dispense it in a liquid form, because it does not dissolve in a liquid, right? That's why we are choose the suspension dosage form. Means there is a various reason, means for formulation of any kind of dosage form, there is a behind one reason. With the reason, we make that particular dosage form, right? For the preparing suspension dosage form, it has also a reason, right? As I said, that is if our drug is not soluble in liquid, right, or suspension gives a higher rate of dissolution and absorption also, right? In case of solid substance has a bitter or nauseous taste, that time also we will form a suspension dosage form, right? Or sometime suppose also the our the tablet dosage form or solid dosage form are difficult to swallowing, right? Difficult to swallow, that time also suspension we can easily swallow, because it contain a liquid, right? And it preserve up to long period of time, right? So these are the reason for behind the preparation of suspension, right? So then let's see the method of dispensing containing suspension containing the indiffusible solid, right? So let's see method of dispensing, means how can we dispense it, right? So first of all, there is a procedure. Make a fine powder of all solid ingredient and weight it as a required amount, right? Means whatever ingredient we have to need for preparation of or dispensing of suspension, we should all gather it, right, and make a fine powder of it, fine powder of them, right? Then after making a fine powder of them with the help of size reduction method, or by using, sometime we can use the mortar and pestle also, right? So after making a fine powder of all ingredients, solid ingredients, then we weigh it, right? Properly weigh it as a required amount, right? Means properly weigh it as our required amount. Then after weighing, we should go for the mix the insoluble solid ingredient with the some same quantity of vehicle in mortar and make a smooth cake cream, right? From this solid ingredient, obviously our solid ingredient are insoluble in liquid, right? That's why that's why we should take a insoluble solid ingredient in a mortar, right? Suppose we take a 10 mg 10 mg insoluble solid, right? That time we have to take a equal volume of vehicle, means 10 ml 10 mg. Suppose we take a 10 mg solid ingredient, that time we should take a same quantity of vehicle, means 10 ml, right? And both are mixed in a mortar with the help of mortar and pestle, right? And make a smooth cream of that, right? Make a smooth cream of that, right? Obviously there is a mix. If we mix the solid ingredient with the liquid vehicle, that time we will get a smooth cream, right? One kind of cream also, right? Then after obtaining the cream, smooth cream, add more vehicle to make it pourable, means, right? Means after making a cream, we should add a, or we have to add a more vehicle, right? More vehicle in order to our cream are easily pourable, right? Then examine the suspension carefully. After that, after making the suspension pourable or that smooth cream pourable, we should examine it, right? For the find out the or presence of any kind of foreign particle, right? For the presence of any kind of foreign particle, that's why we need to examine it properly. Then in case of we found the any foreign particle in the our suspension or in our solution, that time we should go for filter it, right? For the filtration. If our suspension contain any foreign particles, right, that time we should go for filtration, right? And that filtration done by the using the muslin cloth, right? Means with the help of muslin cloth we have to filter that suspension, right? Then after filtration, means that filtration done in with the help of muslin cloth in a tiered container, in a tiered container. Tiered container means measurable container, means we know the that containers amount, means, or means it is whether it is 10 ml, 5 ml, 50 ml, right? Means tiered container. That means filtration we have to done in tiered container with the help of muslin cloth, right? Then after filtration, rinse the mortar and pestle with vehicle and transfer into a container. Means after filtration we have to rinse the that mortar and pestle for if there is any particles or any portion of our cream are adhered, for the removal of or properly washing the that mortar, we have to rinse it, right? And that solution or that vehicle transfer into a container, right? Then after that, add any liquid ingredient if present. After the transformation of that rinsed water into a or vehicle into a container, if there is any other liquid are present, that time we add that, right? That time we add it, right? Then make a final, then after that, after addition of liquid ingredient if present, make a final required volume with the vehicle and mix thoroughly by shaking the bottle. Means after that we should make a required volume, means if we are going for a 30 ml, that lastly we have to make a final volume of that solution with the help of adding of vehicle and thoroughly shaking the bottle, right? Afterward we should label it, cork it and dispense it with a proper labeling with a shake well before use, right?